Hello students, in the last class we had discussed the test for adequacy of index numbers. In that, the first test, the unit test as well as the time reversal test we had discussed. Next we had gone to the factor reversal test. In factor reversal test, the relation P01 into Q01 equals V01 should be satisfied. We had discussed that the Lasperius method does not satisfy the factor reversal test. Next, we'll check whether the Fisher's method satisfies the factor reversal test. Fisher's method. The formula for Fisher's method is P to the power f 01 is root under summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1. And Q01 to the power f is equal to root under summation Q1 P0 divided by summation Q0 P0 into summation Q1 P1 divided by summation Q0 P1. So according to factor reversal test, P01 into Q01 equals V01, which is equals to summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q0. So we have to check whether we'll get this. So consider P01 into Q01. We'll multiply both of those terms, and then on simplifying we'll get summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q0, which is nothing but V01. So therefore Fisher's index satisfies factor reversal test. The next test is the circular test. Circular test, first suggested by Westgard, it is an extension of time reversal test for more than 2 periods and is based on the shiftability of the base period. This requires that the index number is to work in a circular manner, and this property enables us to find the index numbers from period to period without referring back to the original base each time. For 3 years 0, 1, 2, circular test is said to be P01 into P12 into P20 equals 1. You see there is a circle here for the three periods 0, 1 and 2. It should go in the circular form P01 into next P12, next it will be P20. So it will complete a circle. So when the price of all those should be equal to 1, where P01 denotes the price index for the current period 1 with respect to the base period 0. Similarly, P12 and P20, where P12 denotes the price index for the current period as 2 and the base period as 1. For P20, the current period will be 2 and the base period will be 0. This test is not satisfied by Lasperius, Parshas, Marshall-Edgeworth, Dorbish-Pauliss and Fisher index. This test is satisfied only by index number formula based on the simple geometric mean of price relatives and the Kelly's fixed weight or base method. The next topic is bias in an index number. In Lasperius index, Bezier quantities are taken as weights. When the consumption of some of the commodities or items decrease in the current year due to the rise in their prices or due to changes in habits, taste and customs of people, Lasperius index, which is based on Bezier quantity, gives relatively more weightage for such commodities than needed, and consequently the numerator is relatively larger. Hence, Lasperius index is expected to have an upward bias. Parshas index number, which uses the current year quantity as weights, is generally an underestimate because the greater variations of price will be paid lesser importance than needed, and so it shows downward bias. However, Fisher's, Dorbish-Pauliss and Marshall-Edgeworth's index numbers, which make use of base as well as the current year quantity as weights, are free of bias. Let's see one example. Compute Fisher price index and show that it satisfies the time reversal as well as factor reversal test. So we have to first compute the price index Fisher's price index number, and then we have to show that it satisfies time reversal test as well as factor reversal test. So there are 4 items given A, B, C, D. The price and quantity of these 4 items in the base year as well as the current year is given. The base year is 2004 and the current year is 2006. So first we'll find the Fisher's price index. We'll compute the table. We'll require P0 Q0, P1 Q1, P0 Q1 and P1 Q1. So we'll calculate all of those for each of the items we get P naught Q naught as 472, that is summation P naught Q naught as 472, summation P1 Q naught as 541, summation P naught Q1 as 503, and summation P1 Q1 as 579. So the Fisher's price index is given by PF01 as root under summation P1 Q naught divided by summation P naught Q naught into summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P naught Q1 into 100. We have all of these values already calculated from the table. We'll substitute in the given formula and we'll get the answer Fisher's price index as 114.87. That is P01 to the power f is 114.87. Now Fisher's price index with time reversed, to calculate the time reversal factor we need P10 also. So we'll calculate P10. P10 to the power f is nothing but root under summation P naught Q1 divided by summation P1 Q1 into summation P naught Q naught divided by summation P1 Q naught. So wherever in P01 wherever it is 0, now in P10 it will become 1. The zeros and 1 will be reversed. For this also P naught Q naught, everything, all the values are already found out. We substitute in the value, we substitute in the formula. Now according to time reversal test, P01 into P10 should be 1. So we'll check, we'll substitute what is P01 of f, that is root under 541 divided by 472 into 579 divided by 503 into P10, that is 503 divided by 579 into 472 divided by 541. This all comes under the root. Then each of the terms will get cancelled and you will get root 1, which is nothing but 1. Hence Fisher index satisfies time reversal test. Now we have to see if Fisher index satisfies the factor reversal test. For factor reversal test we need Fisher's quantity index number, that is Q01 to the power f, which is root under summation Q1 P naught divided by summation Q naught P naught into summation Q1 P1 divided by summation Q naught P naught P1. We have all the values calculated, we will substitute it. Then according to factor reversal test, P01 into Q01 should be nothing but V01. We have already calculated P01. Now we calculated Q01. We'll substitute all of those and we'll simplify the terms. We'll get root under 579 divided by 472 the whole square, because the two terms are the whole square, which is nothing but the square roots get cancelled. It will be 579 divided by 472, that is nothing but summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P naught Q naught. From the table we have the values of summation P1 Q1, right? That is nothing but 572, and from the table we have the value of summation P naught Q naught. We see that is 472. So P1 Q1 divided by P naught Q naught is nothing but V01. So therefore we get P01 into Q01 is V01. Hence Fisher index number satisfies the factor reversal test.